Hey you guys, so in the spirit of my last video, the first video, I wanted to share my first ever memory with you guys, and it's a bit of a doozy, but I'm trying to piece together how I came to be a recluse, and how my life's just taken the turn it has. Please check out my first video, but so I was about 4, I guess, and I slept a lot in my parents' room back then because I was a scaredy cat. I was about 4, I guess, and I slept on a pallet by the bed. And one night, I woke up in the dead of night, pitch black outside except the street light. I guess that's what gave me the light to see what I saw. But I woke up one night, and in the doorway was this man in one of those like hunting masks, like pulled over the eyes, the mouth, and is either navy or black, I don't know. It was a dark mask, and he was just standing there staring at us, staring at me, staring at my mother, I guess staring at my father. And I knew I wasn't dreaming because I could feel the sweat. I mean, it was too detailed. You can tell. I've always been able to tell the difference between a dream and reality. I've never had any other experience like this. I know I would stake my life on it, and that this was real. And he just standing there, and I called out to my mother, and she sleepily said, "Well, you're just dreaming, goes back to sleep," or whatever. And I'm very lucky to be here to be telling you this because most burglars or intruders or whatever the hell he was would have shot me point blank at that point. But he slowly backed away. He backed away from the door, and apparently he left. And I've always wondered who that man was. What would have happened if I had never woken up? I have my guesses, of course. Shortly before their divorce, my father tried to bring my mother on a fishing trip in like February, cold, icy weather, and he was wanting to go fishing, which he never did. He never went fishing in the winter, ever. And he tried to bully her into getting to a boat, but she had a premonition that she shouldn't, and she refused. And they had a big fight over it, but he had to take her home. And she confided to me later, when I was still a freaking child, she confided in me that he had taken a secret life insurance policy out on her. And at that time, depending on the context of him having an affair behind her back and other things, she believes, and believes to this day, that that day when he took her out on the boat, he was going to knock her into the water and the lake, kill her for the insurance money, and so he could bring the whore into his life. And I think I believe that. She confronted him about it in later life, and he never denied it. He never denied what his intentions were that day. So I've always assumed maybe the guy was some dude he hired to take care of her that night, but he didn't bank on me waking up, which I did. But I don't know that for sure. It could just been some intruder. But that has driven me crazy all these years, not knowing who that guy was. Who was that guy, that big hulking guy standing there in the doorway watching us sleep? It's it still haunts me, and I just wish I knew. Like, I don't think charges are possible at this point. Surely the statute of limitations has run out on home intrusion, but obviously he's probably never going to admit it. But I've always wanted to know, who was that? Who was that? But anyways, so that's my first full-fledged memory that I have. I know it's a doozy, but that's what I'm here to do. I'm here for relief, for therapy, and figuring out why I've turned out the way I have. And I thank you guys so much for watching and being a part of my life, and I will see you soon.